Leute, fast ein Jahr Trump-Wiederwahl und in den USA ist MAGA jetzt einfach überall. MAGA ist bei internationalen Friedensgesprächen. MAGA ist auf Hauswänden. MAGA ist auf Tinder. MAGA beim Fußball. MAGA ist sogar im Star Wars-Universum. So, let's dive ins MAGA Wonderland Rabbit Hole, huh? Hey guys, ich bin Katjana Gerz und deutsch-amerikanische Comedian und Person. Und nochmal ganz kurz für all die, die in den letzten Jahren vielleicht im Koma lagen. MAGA steht für Make America Great Again und ist eine rechtspopulistische Bewegung in den USA, die unter Trump so richtig groß geworden ist. Ups, und seit seiner zweiten Amtszeit ist MAGA mächtiger denn je.
We had a very sick country 1 year ago, and today, I believe we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, nobody's even questioning it.
MAGA is king, wie die coolen Kids sagen. Aber wofür steht MAGA eigentlich? Also ich würde sagen, sie sind so die Hater unter den Politikerinnen. Sie haten Gleichberechtigung aller Menschen. Warum also nicht die Wörter Frau, Schwarz oder Queer von allen offiziellen Regierungsseiten löschen? Gegen Immigrantinnen gehen sie mit der größten Härte und viel Ick vor. Uah, MAGA hatet sogar so gerne, dass sie sich mit den größten Bösewichten in der Geschichte der westlichen Popkultur identifizieren. Dem Imperium in Star Wars. Hier von diversen offiziellen Kanälen der Regierung. Die Grenzkontrolle schlägt zurück wie das Imperium. Und wie Kopfgeldjäger. Und Trump trägt das rote Lichtschwert von Darth Vader. Wum, wum. Und wie Darth Vader und das Imperium wollen Trump und MAGA ein neues System errichten. Versteht ihr, das ist witzig, weil das sieht aus wie ein Lichtschwert. Entschuldigung. Aber nicht nur mit Hass, auch mit sehr, sehr viel Liebe. Liebe für Amerika, den christlichen Gott und natürlich Donald Trump. Am besten alles gleichzeitig, wie die Künstlerin Vanessa Ora Buena hier zeigt.
You have no idea what God has calling for you. You have no idea where you're going, and in some cases you don't know why. But he needs you. He needs me.
Und welcher MAGA-Supporter liebt Trump am allermeisten? Trump. Darum hat er einen offiziellen Merch-Store, wo er auf alle Produkte seinen Namen geklatscht hat. Auf Hüte, Shirts, Gläser, Tassen, Schnürsenkel, Topflappen, Kaffee, Gesichtsmasken und. Und auf diese Käsemesser. Aber mein absoluter Favorit ist dieser Lautsprecher hier. Hey Donny, what's up?
I love you. Who are you?
Klingt ein bisschen nach Personenkult, wenn ihr mich fragt. Aber was denkst du, Sylvester Stallone? Das ist der Actionheld meiner Eltern.
We are in the presence of a really mythical character. I love mythology. And this individual does not exist on this planet.
Auch bei seinen Mitarbeiterinnen ist Trump sehr beliebt. Das hier ist das US-Arbeitsministerium, wo seit Anfang August 2025 dieses kleine, unauffällige Porträt von Trump hängt. Also ich möchte Trump jetzt nicht mit einem Diktator vergleichen. Ich habe gesagt, nicht! Hey, stop it! There we go. Trump scheint die Masse einfach für sich und MAGA begeistern zu können. Vor allem viele junge Menschen. Das verdanken wir einer very special breed, den jungen MAGA-Influencerinnen. Der mächtigste unter ihnen war der 31-jährige Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk wurde am 10.09.2025 erschossen. Trump ließ die US-Flagge an allen Regierungsgebäuden für 4 Tage auf Halbmast setzen. Ein junger Ex-MAGA-Influencer, der von Charlie Kirks Turning Point USA gefördert wurde, ist Clarkson Lawson. Wir haben ihn vor dem Attentat getroffen und ihn einfach mal gefragt: Clarkson, How and why are Menschen so begeistert von Trump?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but for some reason he's been able to make people feel like he really is a savior, and I think that's because he speaks to a lot of what people want. He knows how to speak to a crowd, he knows how to influence a crowd, and when people attach that type of influence with power, maybe it gives them hope. What's up, you guys? Welcome to Miami. My name's Clarkson Lawson, and I am a political influencer. I don't know. I just yap online.
This should not be controversial in America, okay? When you go to a city council meeting, you should not feel like you're going to church or that you're going to the synagogue.
For some reason, you guys want to talk to me, so let's chat. Come on. I used to be a pretty prominent MAGA influencer, and you know, I started out about 4 to 5 years ago.
I was told year after year that Donald J. Trump is homophobic. Little did I know, 6 years later, I would be at his home with hundreds of other gay Republicans. These problems arose when you reversed every single Trump policy that worked at the border. Hope you enjoy bending over for Trump.
Thank you, I will. Oh, I'm sweating. In 2016, I was 18 years old, so it was the first election I could vote in. I think that he just represented a change in American politics from the traditional establishment that many people are sick of. I think surprisingly enough, and it's ironic looking at it now, the working class has been ignored for a very long time in America. And I think even the Democratic Party didn't necessarily represent the radical change many people were craving, and Donald Trump did. In American politics, you know, for a very long time, everything's been focused on saying the right thing, being politically correct, and then here comes Donald Trump, and he's just saying whatever he wants, and people go, hey, that would be me if I was a politician, and it's real. And I think that's really why he's been able to grow the fan base that he has. He's turned politics, he's essentially an influencer, because that's what you do, you relate to people. And I think that he's dramatically changed politics to be a source of entertainment and relatability rather than a source of progress and change. But that's what Americans wanted. And that's kind of what I saw in him at the time. Ugh. MAGA. It's created a sense of community, but it's conditional belonging. You know, the events were fun, the creators were fun, but the minute you step outside the bounds of, you know, what the leader tells you, which is Trump, you get blacklisted very quickly. And that's what happened to me when I decided to vote for Kamala Harris. So as I cast my ballot, and I hope you cast yours, I just want to say, which a lot of political commentators won't say this, I don't care who you vote for, because I can understand the reasoning on both sides.
I posted this last video here just a few days ago. I'm sure you all are confused on what policies actually deterred me from voting for Donald Trump in 2024.
I lost a few thousand followers. I lost $50,000 by losing that brand sponsorship annually. It's a lot of money, and that's why I found it so ironic that the biggest accusation towards me was that I was doing this for money, when in fact, me being honest cost me a lot of it. All right, guys, we're done. Come on in. Welcome to my apartment. This is where everything goes down. I think the biggest realization for me when I started to shift away from MAGA
was the 2020 election.
That election was rigged and stolen, and we can't allow that to happen.
I mean, once you really look into it, if you don't believe that the 2020 election was stolen, it's very hard to believe anything Trump says. Because if he's willing to lie about that and destabilize our republic and create so much distrust in our institutions, then it's hard to look past that. Side as a gay man, I didn't want to fit in. He has always been a populist, but I think it took me specifically a long time to realize it because I was young, you know? I associated Trump with the Republican Party. The lips are real, but the teeth are fake, all right? I'm always honest. I was honest about my vote. I'm honest about my plastic surgery. I don't think everybody who supports Donald Trump is in a cult, okay? But there are many people who look at him like that. And the thing about it is that most people are not going to publicly leave a movement because it's embarrassing. Nobody wants to admit they're wrong. And you know, the brain's just not wired that way. So I don't think that we're gonna see this mass exodus from Trump. I do think that the people he has chosen to surround himself with do want an authoritarian state, you know, defying court orders, making an enemy out of a small group of people to unite the rest of the country around, you know, big government, the tariff situation, you know, hyper-nationalistic rhetoric and isolationist policies. I think they all align with traditional, you know, fascist policies. And anybody who's, you know, read history should have the hairs on the back of their neck start to raise when they look at what this administration is doing.
Donny, stimmt das? Will MAGA einen Diktator aus dir machen?
A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator.
Phew. Oh, gut. Viele wissen gar nicht, dass Trump auch ein begnadeter Innenarchitekt ist.
President Trump is a builder at heart and has an extraordinary eye for detail.
Die erste Regel von Trumps Designclub ist: alles in Gold. Und wenn der Sonnenkönig Ludwig XIV. Sagen würde, dass es genug Gold ist, dann noch mehr Gold. Gold, 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 Gold. Das sieht man hier schön an seiner Umdekorierung des Oval Offices.
That's actually solid gold.
Doch wie sehr die MAGA-Ästhetik bereits in den amerikanischen Alltag gesickert ist, merkt man erst, wenn man sich die Frauen um Trump herum mal genauer anguckt. Die Frau im roten Kleid hier neben Trump ist Kristi Noem, die Ministerin für Heimatschutz. Und 2011 sah sie als Kongressabgeordnete noch so aus. Und natürlich vertrete ich die Meinung, dass Menschen mit ihrem Körper und Gesicht machen können, was sie wollen. Habt alle Filler, Lifts und Botoxes der Welt. Aber ist es nicht unheimlich, dass fast alle MAGA-Frauen das sogenannte Mar-a-Lago-Gesicht haben? Aber während die Welt viel Spaß mit MAGA-Kitsch hat... Ups, sorry, die Lippen sind ja noch da. Mach mal weg. Laufen im Hintergrund die wirklich finsteren Maßnahmen ab, die aus den USA dauerhaft MAGA-Land machen könnten. Zum Beispiel der Versuch, die nächsten Wahlen zu sabotieren, indem man die Hürden höher legt, die Briefwahl verbieten, Wahlregistrierungen erschweren und Wahlbezirke umplanen, sodass es vorteilhaft für MAGA ist. Oder der menschenunwürdige Umgang bei den willkürlichen Abschiebungen, insbesondere mit Latinos an den Grenzen Mexikos. Alles ziemlich scary. In Südtexas leben überwiegend Latinos. Viele von ihnen haben 2024 nicht mehr die Demokraten gewählt, sondern Trump. Hä? Was? Warum? Haben wir sie auch gefragt.
I was the first one out of my family to break away from the Democratic Party. So I joined the Republican Party, and my mom did after.
What I love currently about Donald Trump is that he is doing what he said he was going to do.
Since 2016, we have seen a rightward shift nationally of Latinos increasingly and persistently aligning with the Republican Party. While there has always been a third or 33% of the Latino population who has voted Republican, we have seen back in 2024, this share increased to 42%. Despite Trump's xenophobic and blatantly anti-Latino rhetoric and policies. And so that's why I'm very interested in that. My name is Rodolfo Solis. I am a PhD in political science. So I more specifically study Latino Republicans.
My name is Alexis Uscanga. I am 21 years old. I am from Harlingen, Texas. I've lived here all my life. This is the best city, I think, in Texas. Very small, but it's very comfortable. I am a college student at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. I'm also a member of Turning Point USA, which I am the chapter president, and the College Republicans. What I like about Trump is just that he's, you know, he can be very brutally honest, but he will tell you things as it is. He's not one to really hold back. And I think that's what was missing in our politics for a good while. The Democratic Party has lost its way, unfortunately. Their policies have gone too left for me. They've gone too extreme. They're supporting things that I don't support. I mean, I'm Christian myself, and the things that they push, you know, there's the topic of them being pro-choice. They're not pro-choice, they're pro-abortion. There's a big difference with that.
Illegal immigration.
I used to be in school not too long ago, in high school, and they would try to push for, you know, this kind of indoctrination that there's more than two genders. They would try to, you know, push in colleges currently that America is not the greatest country in the world when I know it is. One thing that I do lean to is in Jesus Christ. You know, there's a lot of hope for this country's youth, and I'm very hopeful that this country will get into the right direction. It will take some pain, and I do foresee that. There will be some pain along the way, but I'm very hopeful for America's future.
From my participants from the interviews that I've conducted since 2019, some of the more pronounced issues are definitely cultural war issues. They're abortion, like I said, they're immigration, it's gun control, it's the types of content that students are exposed to in public education systems. It's border enforcement or national security. These are very, very salient issues.
My name is Selena Cisneros. I have lived in South Texas, more specifically Bronzeville, for the past 25 years, born and raised. And currently, I'm just receptionist and an activist for the Republican movement. Both my mom and my dad grew up Democrats. They were told the Democrat Party does so much for us that we need to support them, so we're going to vote Democrat.
But that's why I didn't know exactly where.
Well, that's how I called him up, but he moved to Texas Tech for school. My best friend growing up, she got really upset with me because I came out that I was pro-life. She sent me a huge message with all the names in the books that Republicans get thrown at, xenophobic, homophobic, every single word. And I told her, I respect your decision. Just because I have these views already out there does not mean I want to lose you as a friend. A lot of my friends didn't see eye to eye. They still don't see eye to eye with me. So that basically made them be more, let's just drop it. We're no longer friends.
A lot of people try to claim that this is just a Trump phenomenon and that this is going to end. I hope that I'm wrong, but from the research that I've conducted and what has been suggested by political science, this is just the beginning. And once voters develop more durable and stable ties to parties here in the U.S., it's very, very difficult to move that needle after the fact.
Vieles, was MAGA sagt, ist schlichtweg gelogen. Und wer ist die beste Masseurin der Wahrheit? Caroline Levitt,
everyone.
Trumps Pressesprecherin und Fangirl Number 1.
It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Und im Sommer 2025, da hat sie Fakten so beeindruckend verdreht. Man könnte es schon als Pirouette beschreiben. Im Juli verkündete Levitt, dass dank Trumps Zoll- und Steuerpolitik alleine im Mai und Juni 2025 435.000 neue Jobs im Land geschaffen wurden. Woo!
What we are watching is President Trump rebuilding the greatest economy in the history of the world.
Okay, vielleicht hat die Chefstatistikerin im Arbeitsministerium, Dr. Erica McIntyre, Trump etwas korrigiert. Teensy tiny bit. Sie hat gesagt, dass er eigentlich nur 33.000 statt 435.000 neue Jobs geschaffen hat. Daraufhin hat Trump die Statistikerin gefeuert.
You're fired. Get out of here.
Aber sie ist bei weitem nicht die Einzige. Wer eine Meinung vertritt, die zu deutlich von der des Präsidenten abweicht, muss damit rechnen, gecancelt zu werden. Das bekommt auch die Kunstwelt neuerdings zu spüren.
The Trump administration continuing its content review at Washington's Smithsonian museums.
So what we're doing is we just sent a letter to the Smithsonian asking for all information regarding their exhibits and their placards to try to get to the bottom of what happened and where the Smithsonian went wrong, and try to make the Smithsonian amazing and great and live up to what the president wants the Smithsonian and DC to be.
Hi, my name is Patricia Cronin, and we're here in my Brooklyn, New York studio. I'm an artist, and I'm also a distinguished professor at Brooklyn College of the City University of New York. In the executive order that President Trump signed, he wanted an evaluation of the Smithsonian's art, and especially for art that they said, quote, was deemed un-American ideology. And the rest of that executive order, it said that that work needed to be eliminated. Now, what does elimination mean? What are they going to do with all the art they now find so objectionable and deemed un-American? It does seem like we're entering a new era of degenerate art. If it's deemed un-American, this is like McCarthyism. And if that's what we're going back to, and the government's going to be in charge of what is art, what is history, what is culture, it's a very, very scary time. And it's going to silence people. I think the goal of censorship is to silence and eliminate people that I guess they don't want to hear from. They don't want to see us, they want us out of public life, and as the administration keeps trying to control education and the culture, and controlling the history is how you control the present, that means you can control the future.
It was a press release from the White House. I scrolled through the images that they disapproved of. It reminded me of the degenerate art list that were put together by the Nazis in, I believe like the late 30s in Germany. And I saw my painting, maybe the second image on the press release, and I was surprised but also proud that it was a painting that was not approved by the Trump administration. I was pleasantly surprised, and I wore the disapproval as a badge of honor. My name is Rigoberto Gonzalez. I'm a painter and I'm a university professor as well. I see myself as a realist, and so I was just depicting the reality that was happening along the border. I wouldn't say it was glorifying it, it was just a fact of the way things are.
Oh, yes. If you look at it from this angle, it's really good. The work that I'm probably most known for is called Memorial to a Marriage, and I made it in 2002, and it's known as the world's first marriage equality monument. So when the Smithsonian expressed interest in it and really wanted it, it was, just validating. The Smithsonian's, at the top of the hierarchy of museums in the United States. And to go after the very top is to scare everyone else. So all the museums are scared. And, different curators, museum curators are telling me, oh, well, we had to change this exhibition. We had to change the language on this show. We don't want to bring attention to ourselves. And we certainly don't want to lose any of the funding. So that means the museums aren't going to be showing work that has this either racial, feminist, or LGBT content. I'm just afraid for myself and my own art that's in the Smithsonian collection, and I'm afraid for every other artist.
It's scary in a way because my livelihood could be affected and the well-being of my family, but I think we have to do what's right, and we have to lead by example and show my kids that despite what's happening, you have to stand up for what you believe.
My plan for the future is to just keep going.
Wisst ihr was? Vielleicht ist das ja auch gar nicht schlecht, dass in den Museen etwas mehr Platz gemacht wird. Das Weiße Haus und seine Ministerien ballern mir gerade eine schöne KI-Illustration nach der anderen raus. Mit so schön kitschig konservativen 30er, 40er Jahre Ästhetik. So, jetzt sind wir am Ende der Sendung angekommen. Und ich will nicht schon wieder sagen, wie schlecht mir vor all dem wird. Obwohl, mir ist wirklich ein bisschen schlecht von dem ganzen Käse. But where do we go from here? Wie kommen wir als Amerikaner aus diesem Schlamassel raus? Wie? That's
the President of the United States.
Shut up. Oopsie. I dropped Mr. Trump.